You live the healthiest life possible. Intermountain Health.
Banking should be personal. At Westar Credit Union, it is. We're not just another financial institution. We're your trusted partner in savings, loans, and life's biggest moments. Join today and let's build your future together. Westar Credit Union. Rooted in Nevada, built for you. Visit westar.org or your nearest branch and get started today.
It's time for the Las Vegas Aces postgame show on Fox Sports Las Vegas. Brought to you by Finley Toyota and the Valley Auto Mall. Here's TC Martin with tonight's highlights, analysis, and wrap-up.
All right. Pretty uneventful night for the Aces here. So they start off this 4-game road trip with 2 consecutive losses in a 24-hour span, losing to Indiana last night 80-70. That was a heartbreaker because the Aces had their opportunities, and as Becky Hammond said in the pregame show, basically gave the game away, again, with turnovers and a really bad third quarter last night, 27-15. They were outscored after leading by 6. And then going down by 6, and it went downhill from there. And so coming into, flying into Minnesota, early this morning, you kind of felt that, okay, let's regroup here. And they had a pretty intense film session going over everything and knowing that they need to come out strong here tonight. Well, the Aces started out the game fairly strong, but then after that, it pretty much went downhill. Chelsea Gray got the Aces off to a pretty good start, and we had back and forth. Actually, we had several lead changes early on, and Chelsea Gray started the scoring. Back to Young, who just hit the 3. Jackie with the rock, goes inside, leaves her feet, gives it over to Gray. Chelsea for a long 3, count it, a triple for Chelsea Gray. So back-to-back jacks from Jackie Young and Chelsea Gray, and it's 14-12 Las Vegas. Aces had the lead at that point in time, and actually we had 6 lead changes early on there as it went back and forth. Then the Aces fell behind as Minnesota went on a big run towards the end of the first quarter. A'ja Wilson trying to do her best to keep the Aces close. Jackie now has it on the right wing. Left-hand dribble. Gives up her dribble. Back to A. A working on Klimdakova. Too easy. Butter in the cup there for A'ja Wilson. And Cheryl Reeves is going to call a timeout. So the Aces were down 14, have now sliced it in half. The comeback kids are rolling here, now down 7. Aces trailed 27-18 at the end of 1, kept it close there in the second quarter. Minnesota tacks on another 24 in the second. Aces scored 17 points. So the Aces found themselves down 16 points at the half. It was 51-35, and then Minnesota erupted in the third quarter. They put 34 points on the board, very reminiscent of what we saw last night with Indiana. Indiana scored 27 coming out of the locker room, and Minnesota does even better than that with 34 points. Aces actually put up 26. Their best quarter of the night was quarter number 3 here, but it was not nearly enough as they found themselves down by 20-plus points in that third quarter, and then the game got away from the Aces as the game continued to progress into quarter number 4. Minnesota outscores the Aces by 7 in quarter number 4, 24-17, when it was pretty much garbage time. A'ja Wilson left the game with 4.5 minutes to play in the third quarter, did not return. Jackie Young as well, and Becky Hammond basically went with the bench for the final 14 minutes of this game, and the Aces end up getting blown out by a final score of 109-78. It was a game in where the Aces shot very poorly from the field. They put up 71 shots tonight, only connected on 27. That's 38%. And again, their struggles from three-point land continue. 8 for 26 tonight. That's 31%. They were good at the free throw line, especially during the first 3 quarters. Ended up going 16 for 23. Missed a lot in the fourth quarter. Rebounding severely. Got hammered on the boards tonight as Minnesota out-rebounded Las Vegas 48-30 in that department. And overall, the Aces only score 78 points tonight. That comes off a 70-point performance last night. So that's not going to be good enough to beat really most of the teams in the WNBA, especially one like the Minnesota Lynx, who came in here with the best record in the WNBA with 21 wins and only 4 defeats. They now improved to 22-4, and they continue to just roll through the competition. And Minnesota really looks a lot like the Aces did in 2022 and 2023, where you just knew every night you were going to get a top-notch performance. You saw a team playing so well together, the chemistry flowing, and that is Minnesota. And Minnesota took a lot of hard losses to the Aces, during those championship years, even 21 and 22 and 23, and they paid back the Aces, last year, winning, 4 games in the series, 4 games to none, and now they lead this series 2 games to none, and Minnesota looks like they're going to be on their way to the number 1 overall seed come playoff time, because even New York doesn't look like they're going to catch them, even though there's plenty of ball left. I mean, you've got, 18 games left in the season, but the Aces right now, they fall below 500 again. 12-13 is their record. They fall to 5-9 on the road after the defeat now, and now losers of 2 straight after winning 3 in a row before this road trip started in Indiana. Rounding out the scoring for the Aces tonight, Asia Wilson leads them, but only 15 points, 5 for 11 shooting. Asia only played 24 minutes. Jackie Young, 14 points in 27 minutes. Melissa Smith with 8. Chelsea Gray with 9, and Jewel Lloyd did not score tonight. 0 for 10 from the field for Jewel, 0 for 4 from 3, and she did not get a free throw attempt tonight, never got to the line. Dana Evans, who was held scoreless last night, along with Aaliyah Nye and Megan Gufson, all did not score. Well, at least they scored tonight, but again, they got a lot of minutes. And again, it wasn't in prime time. It was when the game was out of hand in the second half. Evans had 8, Nye had 7, Gustafson had 8. Kirsten Bell had 9 off the bench in her 13 minutes tonight. But Naphecia Collier, outstanding with 25. Courtney Williams, really the player of the game tonight. In her 27 minutes, she was 10 for 12 from the floor, 3 for 4 from 3, and she has 23 points. Kayla McBride with 13, and Bridget Carlton with 14. Jessica Shepard with 10, Natisha Heidemann with 6, and Diamond Miller off the bench with 7. Everyone who got in the game tonight for the Minnesota Lynx, every healthy player scored tonight, including a pair of rookies from Russia tonight. They scored as well. So a strong performance by the number 1 team in the league. They shoot 54%. Becky Hammond not going to be happy about those numbers and giving up 109 points. All right, Aces will now move on to Dallas. Travel day tomorrow, and then we got an afternoon game coming your way. We'll be back on our regular home on ESPN Las Vegas, so make sure you tune in. Aces and the Dallas Wings. Aces are 2-0 against Dallas, so again, Dallas not playing well, but they've got Paige Becker, so she's always exciting. So hopefully the Aces could get back on track. And then, so we got a Sunday afternoon game that'll be 1 o'clock Pacific, 12:30 with the pregame starting on ESPN Las Vegas, 100.9 FM and 1100 AM on Sunday afternoon. And then off to conclude the road trip, heading back home from the Southwest, going to Los Angeles to take on the L.A. Sparks Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. So make sure that you join us for both those games. Again, both on ESPN Las Vegas. All right, much thanks to Becky Hammond for joining us in the pregame show, as well as Dana Evans. And a special thank you to Monica McNutt from ESPN for joining me during the halftime show. So great stuff there with Monica McNutt, getting the national perspective about the Aces and the WNBA, where we're at right now, mid-season here from Monica McNutt. All right, I want to thank Ruben for taking care of business back at headquarters. Appreciate you, Ruben. Outstanding job as usual. This is T.C. Martin saying so long from Minneapolis as we head now back west as we go to Dallas for our afternoon game on Sunday. Tune in then, 12:30 pregame, 1 o'clock on the tip-off on ESPN Las Vegas. Have yourself a good rest of the evening. Enjoy the weekend. T.C. Martin saying so long from the Target Center, where the Aces fall tonight and fall hard to the Minnesota Lynx by a final score of 109-78.
Accidents happen every every day and can be devastating and life-changing. Hi, this is Paul Pata from Paul Pata Law. Whether it's a car accident, a motorcycle accident, or slip and fall on commercial premises, if you are injured due to someone else's negligence, our team of expert injury attorneys will focus on you and your case and help you get your life back on track. Remember, it's not about the injury, it's about the recovery. Check us out at paulpatalaw.com or call us at 702-707-3000.
Running a business gets more complicated every year, so you need a trusted advisor in your corner, especially when it comes to your workers' comp program. Pro Group Management has been helping Nevada's self-insured businesses for over 20 years. Whether your business is retail, trucking, building, agriculture, or auto, our team has the expertise to make sure your coverage meets your needs. And at a price that fits your budget. Our award-winning team keeps track of all the important regulatory issues that impact your business. We help with safety, compliance, and inspections, because that's what you should expect from a trusted business partner. Find out how to have Pro Group Management work for you. Visit our website at pgmnv.com to receive a free cost savings analysis now. That's pgmnv.com, or call our Las Vegas office at 702-740-4380. Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
Get ready for bacon, barbecue, and bold flavor. Say howdy to the Port of Subs Smoky Western. Stacked with smoked ham, tender turkey, smoky cheddar, bacon, and tangy barbecue sauce. Sweet, savory, sassy, but not for long. Order now at portofsubs.com, on the app, or ride on in today. The Smoky Western, only for a limited time.
Sierra Air Conditioning and Plumbing has proven that we can solve problems quickly, completely, and affordably, which is great. But we also like to prevent problems before they happen, which saves you money, so you can live your life comfortably and without worry. And the way we do it is with the Savings and Maintenance Membership, or SAM plan for short. For $16 a month, you get 4 yearly visits, a 15-point cooling system tune-up, a 15-point heating system tune-up, a 65-point plumbing inspection and water heater flush, 1 diagnostic or emergency service trip for plumbing or air, 15% off repairs, and a lot more, including peace of mind all year long. Check out the long list of benefits at SierraCoolsLV.com. or give us a call at 702-380-7099. License number 0078689 and 081121.
Running a business gets more complicated every year, so you need a trusted advisor in your corner, especially when it comes to your workers' comp program. Pro Group Management has been helping Nevada's self-insured businesses for over 20 years. Whether your business is retail, trucking, building, agriculture, or auto, our team has the expertise to make sure your coverage meets your needs. And at a price that fits your budget. Our award-winning team keeps track of all the important regulatory issues that impact your business. We help with safety, compliance, and inspections, because that's what you should expect from a trusted business partner. Find out how to have Pro Group Management work for you. Visit our website at pgmnv.com to receive a free cost savings analysis now. That's pgmnv.com, or call our Las Vegas office at 702-740-4380. Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
Sierra Air Conditioning and Plumbing has proven that we can solve problems quickly, completely, and affordably, which is great. But we also like to prevent problems before they happen, which saves you money, so you can live your life comfortably and without worry. And the way we do it is with the Savings and Maintenance Membership, or SAM plan for short. For $16 a month, you get 4 yearly visits, a 15-point cooling system tune-up, a 15-point heating system tune-up, a 65-point plumbing inspection and water heater flush, 1 diagnostic or emergency service trip for plumbing or air, 15% off repairs, and a lot more, including peace of mind all year long. Check out the long list of benefits at SierraCoolsLV.com. or give us a call at 702-380-7099. License number 0078689 and 081121.
This is Joe Haro, former UNLV student athlete and Director of Corporate Partnerships at the Hakkasan Group, and one of the many rebels among us everywhere. Supporting the Rebel Athletics Fund was my opportunity to help create that next generation of UNLV student athletes who will one day become rebels living and working in the Las Vegas community. By contributing to the Rebel Athletics Fund, you are not only leaving your mark on this group of student athletes, but just as importantly, on those who will follow. Ask yourself, what will I leave behind? To learn more about how you can make an impact, please visit rebelathleticfund.com and go Rebels.
Since 1954,